Ladies and gentlemen, but let's be honest, mostly just gentlemen, and maybe our wives. Welcome to the All In podcast. This is John Michael Lucido, and today you're going to want to tune in. Your sports bets will be better because of today's podcast.
Absolutely.
We are talking college football, God's gift to man, the greatest show on turf or grass, depending on your home stadium. And we are coming to you live from general admission, the bleachers of the 12th Man Foundation.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
So we want to just wrestle with each other on this topic of what in the world is happening in the world of college football. We are in a new world. We have universities paying players.
Yep.
So not just NIL and sponsorships based revenue, but actually athletic departments now being major business. They say the athletic department is the front porch of your university.
Yeah.
And that just became a really big front porch.
Yeah.
It has rocking chairs. It's screened in.
It's got the swinging benches.
Oh, it's bigger than the house now.
Yeah.
That's how big college football is getting. And we're coming in with some storylines. We're coming in knowing that A&M is going to be ranked top 10, top 15, and will be unranked probably by the end of the year.
With maybe 8 wins.
Some things don't. There's a lot of new things in college football. Some things don't change.
The good news of Jesus Christ and A&M being middle tier in the SEC West. So we're going to talk A&M football. We're going to talk mediocrity. We're also going to talk what is the biggest storyline in college football.
Coming to this year, yeah.
Is it Arch Manning finally taking over QB1? Arch Manning, participant in a Bible study, focused Bible study, great to hear. Is it Michigan versus Ohio State with multiple national championships going back the last 2 or 3 years? Is it just what happens in the new realignment process over the next 2-3 years? Do we move to super leagues? Jose is very excited about that.
Big fan of Super Leagues.
I am not.
I just want to see the top programs perform against each other.
I want to see Army and Navy
It's the most boring game of the year.
facing off in triple option to the death.
Listen, I support our troops, but that game is not something I support.
I appreciate your support. That's beautiful. What I think where I want to start here is with the new announcement. So all the way up to the U.S. government came out that college programs can now pay players on salary. What do we think about that? Is that going to change the landscape?
So
How
they
does that
employees
change?
of the university?
I haven't dug into the legal documents. That I'm not sure on that, but that they will be paid by their university and that the universities have the ability to do that, that's confirmed.
Ability not required to necessarily.
Well, I think that what that does is the lower tier athletic departments are going to be really challenged to be able to recruit, not top level talent, but those 3-star guys, the upper 2 stars. That changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to A&M and NIL, NIL aside, I have a paycheck for 50, 60 sitting in my bank account.
Yeah.
Or I could go to, UTSA or University of Louisiana Lafayette, Our Lady of Lourdes Stadium. Lafayette. And make, $10K.
Yeah.
$15K.
Yeah.
It's just these programs don't stand a chance.
Yeah. But, I mean, how different is that to NIL?
Well, that's what the argument that people are making on for the big schools.
Yeah.
Is that doesn't really change it.
Yeah.
But what it changes, I think, is what happens to college football now that we've moved from amateur to the NIL, which is basically pro, to now, which is full-time
employees.
They're professionals.
Full-time professionals.
Yeah.
You think they get benefits? What's a 401k like?
LSU, life insurance policy. I mean, the question is, does college football need a commissioner now to manage everything?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, absolutely. I think that's going to happen over the next 5 years.
Give me 5 candidates he'd put in that seat right now.
5 candidates.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban's the top.
Not even
Yeah,
Would he do it though? I mean, he
would he? I don't
loves
know.
game day.
Yeah.
You can't tell by watching because he never smiles, but he loves it.
Yeah, I think I saw an interview clip with Nick Saban actually where he's talking about. Did he testify actually about
did.
NIL?
He did.
I think it did. Do you remember what he said? I don't remember. All I know is that NIL needs some serious regulations.
Well,
going
I
on.
think we're all
Everyone's
there.
But I don't think there's probably anyone better in college football that understands the landscape of NIL better than Nick Saban.
Right. Well, because
know.
he saw it before and he saw it after.
Exactly, and he was obviously the head coach at Alabama for so long.
Right.
And his players are getting paid, greater than anybody else.
Milrow, 2-3 mil.
I feel like he'd want to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd want to step into that role. I feel like he cares about the landscape of college football.
Yeah.
He sees how much it's changed.
Yeah.
I
mean, this is my nominations for people that I think could do it.
Okay.
I don't know about want to.
Pat McAfee.
But you got to throw Pat McAfee in there.
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo is so rich. He may be the richest retired person in the world who's 50
I don't think
years
that's
old.
true.
Well, in the
Ever in the
this is
history
not
of the
true.
world.
Yeah, Warren Buffett is rolling over right now. He's so upset. But I mean, Jimbo's
He's
sitting,
a big fan of the show. Just to be clear, yeah.
Jimbo's sitting on 75 mil on his lakefront property.
What's he getting, 10 a year?
Well, it's a $75 million buyout. So I don't know what's that paid out over. I think it was 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years, yeah.
I mean, talk about a blunder.
Well,
We
is
need-
it though?
We need Clayton.
You get to
back.
retire and get paid.
Well, I'm saying for the athletic.
For the
athletic
athletic
department.
department, yeah.
What we need is Clayton back on the phones at the 12th Man Foundation.
Raising money, baby. I think the funniest thing about the Jimbo Fisher firing was that the day before he got fired, I think we were playing Mississippi State, and at halftime of that game, there was a check presented from the 12th Man Foundation to Ross Bjork, who was the athletic director at the time, and it was a $100 million check.
Like one of those big,
One of those big checks. It was like,
yeah.
hey, we're making it.
Right.
There's a huge donation, blah blah, and they come out with this big check.
Yep.
That was halftime.
That was halftime of the Mississippi State game. $100 million. Next day, we fired Jimbo Fisher with
For 75
severance
million.
pay of $75 million. Yeah. So it's just like to Jimbo Fisher.
Yep.
That's your buyout right
Would Jim Harbaugh come back to college football for that job?
As
there.
long
Would
as
Jim
he-
Harbaugh be allowed to come back to
As long
college
as as long as he's wearing khakis, I'm all about it.
Hey, let's get Connor Stallions in there as the
Yeah.
commissioner. That
Connor
would be
Stallions.
wonderful. So we're putting Saban on the list.
I mean, he's a top candidate no matter what.
What about Mac Brown?
What about him?
Well, he's taken over by Bill Belichick now,
Yeah.
his girlfriend. But no, would Mac be a good fit?
What's he doing? Is he
He's
fully
retired.
retired?
He's
Yeah.
done.
Well,
after
he's
UNC.
like what, 77 years old?
Well, he
So-
looks.
I mean, so
he
is
looks
Saban, right?
85.
Is Saban that old? No,
He's
in his
Saban's
late
probably
he's in his
70s.
70s. 72.
Saban. Yeah,
I think
he's early 70s.
Yep.
He's early 70s.
wow.
Did you guys know that the Catholic Center at the University of Alabama is named the Saban Catholic Center?
Really?
Because he I don't know if he wrote
Foreshadowing.
I don't know if he wrote the whole check, but he wrote a good
big
majority
amount
of the check for the Catholic Center there. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember going to mass there after game day.
Yep.
And saw him walking down the aisle for communion. I was like, what?
I mean, you
Really?
talk about evangelization. Put Saban on front of your Catholic Center.
You know, I was. This sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but I was shocked at the same time both how small he was,
Oh, he's tiny.
but also how big he was.
Yeah.
You know, like he looks tiny.
Tell me what you mean
Yeah,
by that.
yeah. So,
The aura. He's got the aura.
well, yeah, the aura, and then he's also like, when you see pictures of him with the team, he looks small.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like the NBA when you see like Steph Curry that looks tiny, but then
Right.
you stand next to him, he's actually like 6'4".
Right.
You know, like Nick Saban. I guess in my head I just kind of like overcompensated. And I was like, oh, he looks tiny. He's probably like 5'5", which he might be.
No,
but
I
then
think-
standing next to him, I was like, oh, he's more. He didn't feel that short. But at the same time, I was like, I am towering over this person. I am 6'1". You know, it was just a weird feeling.
Yeah.
He's small but big.
Yeah.
So Mac Brown's off the list. Do
I
we
don't like
put
Mac
in if we put in like Greg Sankey from the SEC?
Give me Steve Spurrier.
Oh, just hearing him talk would
there are
be
a couple
fun.
things that I love about college football.
Spurrier.
And the biggest thing that I like is a good villain.
Oh yeah.
I love a good villain. Steve Spurrier, just like shooting from the hip in interviews.
Yep.
You know, earlier this year, he had this quote of, I don't know why people think Arch Manning's going to be a Heisman when he was benched behind the guy that went in the 7th round of the NFL draft.
Wow.
Because he's just out there just talking crap.
Yeah.
Like that, his favorite thing to do is talk crap. Then I like Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield in college.
Yeah.
Like,
did
just
you see he was John at Shador Sanders in a media interview 2 days ago, talking about how Shador's never going to make it.
really,
Yeah, and how he needs to come to Tampa so that Baker can teach him how to be a quarterback.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I just love a good villain in college football.
Who else are some villains?
I think Johnny Football to some extent.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of both and.
But people love that character.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
They love the guy that you hate, but you hate him so much that
Yeah.
you love him.
Yeah. I mean,
That's Johnny.
Johnny Baker.
You know, going back to Johnny though, I would say I watched I can't remember if it was a documentary on Johnny or just an interview that I was watching with him, but this is what convinced me that college football players should be paid.
Oh yeah.
You know, the NIL obviously needs to get sorted out. You know, this whole, what was it, Senate hearing or
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
where they said that universities can start, you know, paying their players. All of that needs to get sorted out. And I wasn't sure where I stood on the whole NIL, you know, college players getting paid or whatnot, until I saw this interview with Johnny Football, where he was talking about how, you know, he's signing all these footballs, making all this money, signing jerseys, and obviously he's doing it, you know, in the dark.
Yeah.
But he was saying that, you know, there was a lineman on the team at the time that he didn't have electricity
Yep.
at his house because he couldn't afford it.
Right.
And he also didn't have the time to have a job.
Right.
So Johnny was giving him cash on the side. So that's where I was like, college players should be paid, but how that needs to happen in order to make it fair across the whole.
But what happens to my worry with that? What happens to the Boise States of the world?
Yeah.
The mid-major, the Mountain West, the San Diego State, the TCU of 10 years ago. Does TCU in this modern day and age become the TCU that's now playing in a Power 5 conference in this day and age where you can't compete with programs that have more money?
Yeah.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah.
We don't have Boise State Statue of Liberty beating OU in the Fiesta Bowl, and then the dude goes and proposes to his girlfriend right after he scores the freaking game-winning touchdown in this day and age.
Yeah.
The walk-on?
I mean, I still think we do. You will never be able to do NIL fairly, right? Or equally.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay, right? We do this with professional sports where Patrick Mahomes is probably getting paid millions and millions of dollars more than the practice squad lineman for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, but the playing field in the NFL is equal.
Sure. Like, yeah, you're getting the, what's it called? Disparity?
Disparity.
Is that the word? No, I don't think that's a word.
I just said. I
That's
just
a
said.
word. I
What
don't know
you,
what you're
No, I don't
talking
think
about,
that's
though.
the word. Where it's just like parity, not disparity, parity. You get parity in the NFL. And you might not get that in college football, but to some extent that's okay.
I mean,
people love an underdog.
they love it.
But if you have parity, you don't have underdogs.
I think we love underdogs, but we don't want to see the underdog win. So, like,
What?
hold on. Do you really want,
Yes.
Navy versus Alabama in the championship?
If
No.
Navy won,
If Navy's
yes.
good enough to get there, absolutely.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
You're telling me that
Look
if
at March Madness, right?
Yeah.
You want upsets in the first 2 rounds. You want the 16 seed to make it to the 16.
No, I want upsets the
I was
whole way.
heartbroken when Butler lost twice in a row in the national championship.
Well, but you want UCLA versus Michigan.
No,
you
I
want
don't.
the
No,
Blue Bloods.
I
Yes,
don't.
you do.
I don't care about them.
You want the best of the best facing off, not some fluke who somehow made it.
No, see, that's what you're 5 seconds ago you were talking about Boise State and how much you love Boise State, and now you're saying no, I
But
don't like
that
those
was the
guys
Fiesta
anymore.
Bowl. That was the Fiesta Bowl. That was not the college football playoff. That
So
was
what do you
not
want, John Michael?
I want parity to the level to where those guys have a chance, but I want at the end of the day the Blue Bloods to come through.
I completely disagree. I think that that's what separates college sports from professional sports.
I agree.
Well, they can still get there without actually having to win at all. You want the dynasty. You want University of Florida winning 3 out of 4.
No, I don't.
Do you like? Did you like the movie Miracle? What'd you like about it?
Horrible.
Hated it.
Love the Soviets.
What about Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans? Fake. Didn't happen.
Facing the Giants.
No, that was definitely fake. Rudy? I mean, come on. The dude never had a chance.
Oh my! You just switched your opinion so hard in the last 5 minutes.
I think that's what
Rudy was
separates-
offsides.
What do you think about Florida
Rudy
State?
was
a couple years ago?
offsides. Rudy was offsides, and we all know it. You go back to the film, he was lined up over the nose tackle. And that's what, if y'all want to see that, if y'all want to see the little guy getting more of an opportunity because everyone wants to root for him and he's lined up offsides, but no one's going to say it because
I
it's a
don't
great
care
story.
about them getting more opportunities. I care about if they earn that they should be there.
But I'm okay with them getting the opportunity and having a seat at the table. I would love that. But I do not want to see San Diego State. I do not want
Win
to
a national
see
championship?
Washington State. I do not want to see Oregon State. I do not want to see Texas State. I do not
You
want to see
Texas A&M?
University of Louisiana Monroe fighting for a chance for. I don't want to see them in the national championship game.
What's the difference between them making the championship and Texas A&M making the championship?
Well, A&M is a blue blood. A&M is a blue blood. 1932 national
kicked off
championship
1939 disputed national champions.
in the Dixie Bowl. There was 32 teams.
I can't believe you're saying this right now.
I'm all in on that.
The comment of Navy playing Bama in the national championship game and you not wanting to see Navy win.
Absolutely not. No. And here's why. Here's why. At the end of the day, we have to be honest with ourselves that we like the dynasty. We don't want to, but we appreciate the excellence when someone somehow, some way goes 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4.
No, I respect
6
it. I
titles
don't
in
like
10
it.
years.
I respect it. I don't like it.
No. I like the dynasty. I think that
See, he's flipped to my side now.
No. I'm not
Yeah,
flipping
he's
to your
flipped
side
to
at
my
all.
side.
What I'm saying is I like the dynasty. Like Nick Saban and what he did at Alabama is unbelievable. To have that level of excellence
if he beat
over
Navy, everyone's gonna be like, well, it was Navy.
But if Navy wins, like that's what I'm saying is that the Navy upset against an Alabama dynasty is an incredible storyline. And now you could make the argument that Navy won the national championship, but they're not the greatest college football team in that given year, similar to the 2012-2013 Texas A&M fighting Texas Aggies.
That's right.
2011 Dallas Mavericks.
2011 Dallas Mavericks.
Last
Statistically,
super team.
the worst team to ever win the NBA Finals.
Right.
Yeah, so you could say that I like the dynasty, but I also like the opportunity to see the team that's maybe not the best in the country actually have a chance to win the national championship and to win it. It's the same miracle on ice. The Soviets were a better hockey team. It's the whole speech. We could play in 10 times. They might win 9.
But not tonight.
But not tonight.
Not today.
And that's what makes the story so great is that the Soviets were a dynasty, and you can appreciate that.
We all know it's fixed anyway. Disney
Really
was
losing an argument.
Disney bought the rights
the
to that in
mouse.
1979.
Disney was paying the Soviets under the table. No, here's my thing. I'm a capitalist. Okay. And so I value a free market.
Yeah.
I value everyone.
Doesn't sound like you do.
No, I value everyone having a seat at the table. But we all know that in a capitalist society, those that have the opportunity to succeed and given the opportunity will be the ones to come out
I think you
on
sound
top.
like a monopolist is what you sound like.
We're not going to get into government economics here. But for the good of the sport,
No.
I'm a numbers guy. For the good of the
You're
sport,
out of your mind.
for revenue, you do not want Navy to win the national championship.
I think
If Bama wins,
especially
I hate
nowadays.
everything about
if
this.
Bama wins, it's better
Especially
for Navy.
nowadays.
Why do you care
it's
about
better
college
for
football
college
revenue?
football. Why do I care
Why do
about
you care
revenue?
about college football revenue?
Because I'm a
Are you
capitalist.
lining your pockets with this?
I'm in on it.
I think, especially nowadays with a 12-team playoff, if Navy can make it all the way to championship, that's not a fluke.
It's a fluke. It's 100%.
You can't have a fluke beating, 3 other top teams in the country to get into the national championship.
That's the thing.
That's not a fluke.
That's the thing with the
a fluke
12.
is one game.
I would argue that the 12-team playoff is actually worse for college football because you start putting look at last year
Versus
Right.
what, the 4-team or the BCS or compared to what?
BCS. No, we can't run things off computers. It's a capitalist economy. But the 4-team playoff actually got the right people in the seats. If you look at last year's playoff, right? SMU, great story, right? I'm from Dallas. They haven't actually been good since they were paying Eric Dickerson $2 million in a Pontiac Grand Am to come play for them. And they get back in the playoff. It's a great story, right? But what happens? They get the doors blown off of them because they can't compete. And so you effectively had a 4-team playoff with a few teams that had to play an extra game.
Right. And I would
They weren't
agree.
competitive. Those games weren't competitive.
Well, okay, I think you can make the argument that maybe the group of 5 champion shouldn't get an automatic bid.
Yeah,
into
they go to the LA Bowl. They go to Jimmy Fallon. They go to the Pop-Tart Bowl with the largest
It's a good
edible
bowl.
trophy.
Yeah, it's a good bowl.
I think I'm with you in that sense that we shouldn't be putting teams into the 12-man playoff that
They don't have a chance.
are actually not one of the best 12 teams in the country.
Right.
But what I am saying is that if the Florida State going undefeated, I mean, that was really controversial.
Right.
And not being able to make the playoff.
But I don't think any of us would argue that they should have made it.
I would argue.
Given what we know.
They should have made it.
I don't think anyone here would argue that.
You're the only one that's arguing it.
That's how I win arguments. Is I just say I don't think anyone would argue
I haven't
against
seen
you.
you win an argument at this table.
But look at
But
Boise.
that's why we play the games.
That's why we play.
Hey, this is why we play.
6 inches in front of your face.
It's not for who's the better team on paper. It's the one that actually performed.
That's part of the fun of sports.
No.
But at the end of the day, what is best for college football is that the best team overall wins. Not the one that got lucky, got hot, got put on a streak, right? Think about college basketball is the best example of this, right? At a certain point, you love St. Peter's. You love the guy with the mustache.
No, you already made this argument. We disagree with
I
you.
disagree with you.
Well, I'm
I
going
want
back
St.
to
Peter's
it.
to go
No.
all the way.
All right, let's go to a different argument here. Look at last year at Boise State, right? Boise State, you got the Heisman Trophy winner. You got the
Finalist.
Heisman runner-up,
Yep.
Ashton Jeffrey. And
Genty.
Ashton
Hall.
Genty. Where did he get drafted, by the way?
Couldn't tell you.
I stopped following him
Before
after college.
Shador, at least.
Yeah.
But they look really good in the Mountain West.
Yep.
He's putting up 2,500 yards. He's putting up nearly 40 TDs. And then they get put against a power 4 defense with real D linemen, dudes who are, 300 chicken McNuggies each in terms of pounds. And he doesn't stand a chance.
How
But
many
I
yards
think
did
you're
he
kind of
put up in that
making
game?
my argument for me of I don't control how many teams get into the playoffs. But if Boise State then goes on to make it to the national championship and beats Oregon, Texas, and whoever else along the way, then they clearly deserve to be there.
It's not that. It's that's not good for college football.
So we go back to, again, what do you care what's good for college football?
Here's the thing. The more money college...
All right, let's wrap this up. Give your
Okay.
final...
We know college football right now is run off television deals,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And you want more of them?
The more money that they make, the more opportunity that every program has to make money.
But you don't want them to have a chance.
I want them to even the playing
No.
field so that the best teams can win at the end of the day.
All right. Let's just... Let's change
Let
the
us know.
subject
Let
here.
us know in the comments who you think won this argument here. Josh Pate, I know you're a listener.
I don't think this is an argument.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Let's go back to, okay, not both, the three of us have worked close to college campuses, to college environments.
Yep.
We've been around, at least in the SEC and maybe Big 12 or the old Big 12, a couple Big 10 schools.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of your favorite college football environments? College game day
The
environments?
University of Kansas. I got a general admission ticket and I was front row.
Very family friendly.
With
How
me
early
and
did you get there?
12,000 of my best friends. I mean, 4 years at the University of Kansas, they won 5 games.
The 4 years that you worked
Total.
at KU.
Total.
Yeah.
One of them was against the University of Texas, which was awesome.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That was a good
But
year.
no, I mean, UNL, I think we all went up to Lincoln for a CU Buffs. It was the first game that CU played University of Nebraska since they were in the Big 12 together.
Yep.
Scott Frost was in his first game at Nebraska. This is before Coach Prime, but just a great, I mean, I made fun of Nebraska, I'm going to be honest, for a long time. Their state motto is it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's an easy state to make fun of.
They know who they are.
And their mascot is a vegetable. Maybe a starch on a good day. And so I would make fun of their environment, and they talk about, 150 sellouts in a row, and it's the third largest city in Nebraska, which is not an accomplishment. The third largest city is like 50,000 people. But I'm going to be honest, I was mind blown. The game day experience, the whole city.
Yeah, it
the
was
whole
really cool.
The whole state of Nebraska shows up on game day.
Yeah.
100,000 packed into Memorial Stadium. We were in the student section at UNL.
Yep.
It was live.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Runza in my hand. Those little hot pockets.
Yeah.
Fire. Bush latte and a Runza. Finer things of life.
It's a capital of Bush latte
That's right.
country. Yeah. I want to throw out my wife's alma mater, where Joe Burrow was born and shaped into the man that he is today.
Go Tigers.
LSU's game day environment is something else.
But it's not it. My one thing with that is I would never feel comfortable taking my kids to Death Valley.
I thought the same until I started living in Baton Rouge.
He's been brainwashed.
You just kind of need to know where, like, yeah, you're not going to go where all the fraternities and sororities are tailgating.
They sing neck in the student section.
No comment.
We have a buddy that played college football at Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that he said about Kyle Field, which Kyle Field gets loud.
Yep.
There's times that Kyle Field
112,000.
gets Yeah, But the one thing that he said was that Kyle Field might be really loud, maybe one of the loudest, stadiums in the country. That's fair. But he was like, walking into Kyle Field, everybody's too nice.
It's not scary.
Yeah, it's
like
not
you're just
scary.
not scared. But you walk into Death Valley at night for a night game.
You got 100,000 drunk Cajuns screaming at you.
Yeah. It's a great environment. It's
great environment. Don't want to bring my 4-year-old.
Sure, I wouldn't bring a 4-year-old either.
Right.
But it's a great environment. And I think
mean, a night
it's
game,
a must see, or it's a bucket list place to be.
Could we
for
agree on
any college
something
football
today
fans.
that Death Valley at night, hardest place in college football to play?
I would agree with that.
Happy Valley, Penn State, whiteout.
Yeah, that's up there as well. I've
You've
never been.
seen that clip. Who are they playing?
The Michigan one.
Was it the Michigan
Yeah,
one?
they're playing Mo Bamba.
Yeah, it was like the first snap of the game.
Yeah.
Penn
they
State?
had a delay of game.
Really?
Yeah, because the place was so loud.
Yeah, it's
on
a
the
great
first
clip.
snap of the game.
That's
It's a great. If you look up Penn State, Michigan, Mo Bamba, it's a great clip.
What about underwhelming game day experiences? So like you thought it was going to be good,
Yeah.
and then you got there and you're like,
Auburn.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't have that same experience.
Well, it's just. I mean, it's
people in Auburn though.
Yeah.
Really good people.
Like
But
you had
we-
a good time.
Oh, I mean, we had. Here's how nice they are down in the loveliest village on the plains, as they say. Is me and Clayton are there in full Aggie gear, right? We're wearing jerseys. He's wearing a polo, and we were invited to a fraternity tailgate. They were giving us drinks. They were giving us food. We got invited to the president's room to hang out.
Yep.
Like at LSU, you think that would ever happen? Oh, come on in. We got fried chicken. Come on, come meet everybody. No way.
I would say it did.
Really?
Yeah. Before this is like when we were in college and I went for an away game.
Yeah.
It was everyone's yelling at you, tiger bait. Tiger bait is what they yell at people.
Yeah.
But then they just hand you a plate of jambalaya, and a couple beers, and then like have a great day.
Wow.
Interesting.
But they've food poisoned the jambalaya.
Yeah.
I think Auburn was a fine experience.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
maybe it was because it was Auburn, Texas A&M,
Right.
and we were both going to go 7-5
Which
for the
I
11th
think
year
we
in a
did
row.
that. I think we did that year.
I mean, we did every year that we
they
were in
did
college.
win
We
the
started out
championship,
like
12 years
5,
ago.
6, and 0. I think each year that we were in college, and then we finished with 7 or 8 wins each season.
You know what we need to do is we're SEC boys through and through. We've been in the South. We love the South. We love SEC. Just means more. We need to get up and go to some of these other places. Like we need to head up to Oregon. We need to get
Oregon
a feel for
is
that.
a place I want to
We
visit.
need to go to the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's
we need
the horseshoe?
Ohio State.
Is that Ohio State?
Yeah.
The shoe.
The shoe.
Yeah.
Shoe.
But like we
The
need to
Holy War.
experience.
That's a game I want to visit.
Who's the Holy War?
BYU versus Utah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It got
special.
feisty this past year.
That
yeah,
is
it's a fun game to watch.
50,000 Mormons.
What is it? The backyard brawl, Pitt in West Virginia.
Oh, that's
A great.
Pat McAfee talks about that all the time.
That's a great.
Well, that gets
environment.
messy. There's fist thrown. There's black eyes. I mean, West
There's
Virginia.
knives. It's a knife fight over there.
What storylines are y'all tuned into this year? 2025 season.
I think one that's interesting actually is what's his name, Kalen DeBoer.
Yep.
In his second season
Yep.
as Alabama head football coach.
Very underwhelming year one.
Would they go 9-3?
Well, they made it to. Who played in the SEC champion? No, it's Texas, Georgia. So maybe it was 9-3. But then
think they
they
were
lost their
9-3.
bowl game and they ended 9-4.
Yes,
That's what it was.
Yeah, 9-3, 9-4. I think that's a really interesting one
Yep.
because obviously you're coming off the Nick Saban area. We've already
You
talked
do that
about him.
again,
Exactly.
you're on the hot seat.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that would be an interesting one to watch. A&M, I've told myself every single year I'm not going to have hope.
Yep.
Every
And then you
year
have
I have hope after the first 1 or 2 games.
To disagree with your brother-in-law Clayton, I am very excited still about Colin Klein. I think he was a great pickup as offensive coordinator. If you can take K-State who's playing with a bunch of high school JV players and consistently winning 9 to 10 games, and you're doing that with Adrian Martinez as your quarterback who throws 2 times as many interceptions than he did touchdowns, he can play. He can call plays.
Yep.
Now, in the Texas game, we didn't see that because he chose to run the ball up the gut every time we needed to get a yard.
Yep.
And after the 7th time, you're throwing your remote at the TV.
Yep. I'm following a couple storylines this year. I'm following. I have to tune into Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
have to.
For sure.
Viore,
As much as you don't want to buy
Viore
into it.
athlete.
I know that. Viore athlete.
Yeah, he's got a Viore
That's great.
sponsorship.
I'm following how many times does a UT student section throw bottles on the field. I'm following is SEC dead.
That's a
You
good
know,
one.
are we back to mediocrity? Big Ten's on the rise. Big Ten's won the last couple championships.
2. Yep.
I'm following. What else am I following? Those are my top 3 storylines.
Yep. What's a team that you think going into the season that no one's talking about, but
Well, what does it matter if they're not a blue blood?
can we mute Mike 2 over? Can we mute Beta Mike
Alpha
over there?
Mike.
I'll tell you what I'm tuned in for is what happens to the Pac-12. Right. So right now they're bringing teams together, and we're about to start the season.
Yep.
You have kind of a patchwork meal scheduling wise, where you have Washington State, Oregon State playing really weird teams that don't fit into their scheduling,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be very
But
interesting.
Pac after dark. You can't miss that.
Pac-12 after dark,
Yeah.
10 p.m. start.
Yeah.
I tell you what, did you guys ever work with any college athletes when we were on campus?
Loosely.
There was a girl who was in Bible study who was on the golf team, and this was at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has a really good golf program, men's and women's, and so there was a couple times where us and a couple of other missionaries got to out on the course with her, and but that was about it. Wrestling is really big at Oklahoma State.
Yep.
And Coach John Smith was the head wrestling coach for I don't even know how many years, but it's one of the greatest greatest wrestlers of all time. And so
That no one has heard of.
you haven't heard of Coach John Smith?
No. Sounds like a made up person.
He's there was a story.
Biggest name in wrestling.
There was a storyline.
John Cena,
anyone
John
watch
Smith.
anyone watch the wrestling national championships this year?
Yeah, it's
Couldn't
ESPN
tell
Plus.
you why. I
Yeah.
didn't even know they had national
I don't have a
championships.
subscription.
It's actually worth a watch. So there's an Oklahoma State wrestler. He's heavyweight.
Yep.
And he was going up against, I want to say he was from Minnesota State, but he's Olympic gold medalist.
Wow.
I mean, greatest in the world.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously the favorite to win the national championship.
Yep.
And this Oklahoma State wrestler, obviously extreme underdog,
Yep.
but he was also I want to say he was in the Marines, but he was down for the entire match, I guess you call it. I don't really follow wrestling, but I watched this clip, and he ends up pinning this guy in the last 10 seconds and ends up, winning the national championship. They call it the greatest upset.
I don't like upsets. So I can't.
Clearly.
I'm not going to go watch the clip.
Yeah. Jose supports our troops. John Michael, it's questionable right now. Did not like that.
Would you consider Pat McAfee a media underdog with what he's done in his career?
A media underdog?
Yeah, media underdog. He's changed the
As opposed to
landscape
what?
of sports media.
A Nepo baby? Is that like
A Nepo
the
baby.
opposite?
Yeah. He was a nobody. He was a nobody that now is the biggest name, you could argue, the biggest name in sports media.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Do you
Biggest
like
name
that?
in... I think what he's done is he's revitalized a bit of a stale college game day experience.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much longer he's going to make it with some of the things he says
Yeah.
live on air. On the Pat McAfee show, it's different.
Sure.
He can say things,
Yeah.
okay. But, I mean, some of the stuff he says on college game day in terms of cursing and things like that is just...
Ludicrous.
I just think he's a tool.
Yeah.
Taking his shirt off, I
Well, the thing is, if you do it once, it's fine. But now it's like, okay, he's standing on a chair again.
yeah.
He did that 3 college game days in a row.
Yeah. Taking his shirt off.
Taking his shirt
Again.
off again. Now, if you did it, Jose, it would be fun.
Yeah.
But Pat McAfee...
But not if I did it every single week.
Right.
It
Then
loses
it's
its
just
charm.
I think what's funny is watching him and Saban, because that's the modern college football media landscape.
Yeah.
Is the most buttoned up guy in the world. The dude doesn't own a tank top,
Yeah.
and then you got Pat, who you would
Doesn't
think
own a shirt.
business professional for him is a chain and a black tank top.
Yeah.
That's his business.
Did you
bro.
guys tune into College Game Day with Timothée Chalamet this past year?
No.
You know who that is?
Was that was the UT? Was it in Austin?
I think it was for championship weekend. You guys know who Timothée Chalamet is? He's a main character in Dune, in the Dune movies.
Yep.
Great.
A guy that's constantly, made fun of by college-aged men
Really?
for looking feminine or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy was maybe one of the most well-versed, well-read college football fans that I think has ever graced College Game Day.
Really?
It was insane. He's an absolute sicko for college football.
Huh.
Just like was calling out players from these like group of 5 schools that you've never heard of.
Yep.
It was an
Better
absolute
than
blast.
Paul Skeens. Remember
Yes.
he went on?
Oh, he went like 11-1 or something.
Oh, did he?
In his picking.
Oh, he was just boring.
Yeah, he was boring. Well, did he? He had Livy.
Yeah, they were
then,
both
too.
on there, and
they're
it was just
kind of
kinda
giggling
awkward.
and flirting
Yeah.
back and forth. Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
All right. Well, getting away from hosts, a special guest from College Football Game Day. Do we have any funny stories about just being around the game day environment?
I mean, to be honest, I was pretty broke in college.
Yep.
And so I frequently sold my sports pass for money.
Mm.
So at A&M you get, you buy in and you pull tickets if you have sports pass.
Yep.
But on the black market, you could sell your sports pass depending on the game for
Yeah.
50, 70,
The
7500.
black market being Facebook Marketplace.
Where all good deals are done.
Yeah.
And so I would do that, and then my senior year, in order to save up money for the engagement ring alongside my plasma donation entrepreneurship, I worked the 12th man ticket lot. So I was a salesman, and by salesman I just meant I stood there and took tickets. The line was around the corner to come see me.
Yeah.
But it was kind of lame because I was making a lot of money, which I was happy with.
Yep.
But it was a little depressing to be sitting in my living room watching the game by myself with Thai takeout and a Miller Lite, and you could hear Kyle Field. And it's really frustrating. If you've watched a game at a tailgate, you hear the stadium right before the connection gets to your TV. So you hear the screams, and you're like, either Kellen Mond threw another interception or we're ahead because Colin Gillespie had just picked up a fumble and ran. So it was kind of lame, but I made bukus of money. And may have taken a few extra dollars under the table for letting people into the 12th man lot.
I think it was my sophomore year of college. For whatever reason, we decided we were going to go, face paint mode for whatever football game.
Did you go shirt paint too?
No, it
Body
was
paint?
what it
Torso
was is it was just like a handprint on my face, and then it said "Gig 'em" on my forehead, and then at A&M if you're a good ag, it's called being red ass. I'm a red ass ag.
Yep.
And so on my neck going down to my chest, I had painted red ass on there. But then just from the sweat and then also from my shirt rubbing on it, it kind of all rubbed off and it ended up just saying Ed on my neck. But the worst part was that in the student section, there's no shade.
Yeah,
so the
it's
sun's just
hot.
beating down on you.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting sunburned. And then when I took a shower for like the next 5 days, there was just a tan line that said Ed on my neck. So.
Oh, no, I mean, it's college football. You just can't beat it.
Yeah.
You just can't beat it. And so we are fired up. We are all in on this season. We are all in on
Navy.
Please hoping and praying that the dynasty comes through.
Gosh.
And please, DraftKings,
You're the
please.
worst for that.
Can we get another round of bonus bets? This is the All In Podcast. This is college football. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and kneel on that subscribe button. Go ahead and tackle that like button. And go ahead and knock the notification button unconscious. Thank you.